The Forgotten Patriot, John McCoy's sacrifice in the American Revolution. Many people have never heard of the American's Creed. Before we share the story of one forgotten patriot who gave his life for this country, let's take a moment to remember the ideals he and so many others fought for.
I believe in the United States of America as a government of the people, by the people, for the people, whose just powers are derived from the consent of the governed, a democracy and a republic, a sovereign nation of many sovereign states, a perfect union, one and inseparable, established upon those principles of freedom, equality, justice, and humanity for which American patriots sacrificed their lives and fortunes. I therefore believe it is my duty to my country to love it, to support its Constitution, to obey its laws, to respect its flag, and to defend it against all enemies. William Tyler Page, 1917.
I hadn't heard these words myself until I joined some historical and genealogy societies, and now we recite them at every meeting. When we think of the American Revolution, we remember names like George Washington, Nathaniel Greene, leaders who shaped history. But behind them were thousands of unsung patriots, farmers, tradesmen, husbands, and fathers, who fought and died for liberty without ever seeing their names in print. One of those men was John McCoy of North Carolina. John McCoy was born around 1745 or 1750. His exact birthplace is unknown, but records show he was active in Johnston County, North Carolina. On December 16, 1780, he sold 300 acres of land to John Page, land he had just purchased from Jacob Farrell. Just a few weeks later, on January 8, 1781, he wrote his will. He left land to his son, asked for his estate to be sold, and the money divided among his wife and children. He named Aaron Vinson as his executor, likely a close and trusted friend. In May 1781, John enlisted as a private in the 1st North Carolina Regiment under Captain Robert Rayford. The previous year, the regiment had been devastated during the fall of Charleston, where 278 men were captured by the British. By mid-1781, it was reformed and once again sent south, often without uniforms, weapons, or even food, to join General Nathaniel Greene. September 8, 1781, Utah Springs, South Carolina. The day was oppressively hot. Patriot forces, short on supplies and exhausted, advanced at dawn and surprised the British, who were just beginning breakfast. The battle quickly turned chaotic in a dense forest. Gunfire echoed through the trees. Blood ran ankle-deep in places. At first, the Patriot center gave way, but Greene stabilized the line with reinforcements, including the North Carolina Continentals. John McCoy was among them. The fighting lasted over 4 hours. 2,200 patriots and militia went into battle. By the end, nearly 1,500 men, from both sides, were killed, wounded, or captured. It was technically a British victory, but strategically, a turning point for America. And it was during this horrific clash that Private John McCoy gave his life. Back home, John's will went through court. Even years later, by 1791, his estate still hadn't been fully settled. A letter confirmed his death in battle and identified his daughter Delilah, later the wife of Edmund Tomlinson, as his only known heir. She died in 1809, leaving 5 minor children. In 1820, those now-grown children received John McCoy's land bounty, 640 acres awarded for his military service. They sold it to a man named Calvin Jones, and with that, John's story faded from memory, another unknown patriot in a war full of them. But John McCoy's legacy, like so many others, still matters. His story reminds us that history isn't just shaped by famous generals. It's built on the quiet courage of men and women who gave everything and asked for nothing in return. Organizations like the Daughters of the American Revolution work to uncover and preserve the names of patriots like John McCoy, who were the backbone of the American Revolution. Thank you for watching and remembering one of America's forgotten heroes. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, please like, share, and subscribe.